It then proceeds that as the fireball dies down, the dragon lands and looks down at Kane, Cham, and Velnos. It also sees that Velnos is holding the sword. You have the sword. You shouldn't have the sword. Give me the sword, and I won't kill you.
See if I don't fucking cut off your nuts right here and there, bitch.
Bold words for a human.
I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna try to cut off his nuts.
Well, see, here's the thing: is because you're wearing the shadow armor, you can roll sneak and disappear.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right, so make a stealth roll. God, even with a +3 to that, you only get a 7. So you're able to get out of sight, but you're not really able to get behind him. You're just kind of hiding off an area. Then he starts looking around and smelling for you. Kane, this is your turn to recharge. So if you want to do your recharge quickly, so that way, in case he tries to murder you. Oh, okay. So you're only going to get 1 turn of energy after this, and then you're going to go back into a recharge state. So you'll still be able to use the suit next turn, but you'll have to try and recharge right after that. Raka and Vash, all you're seeing is there's a red dragon down there, and he hasn't roasted everybody inside the building yet, which you're kind of shocked at. Okay, so you got the other thing is the dragon doesn't appear to be paying any attention to you guys. He didn't even really notice the mortar shell, it appears, because he hasn't even paid attention to the Robert 2 either. He's just kind of more interested in the 3 of you and where the sword is.
There's a reason why my thing is called the Dragon Slayer.
Is this dragon looking for the sword, or is somebody else?
He wants the sword. He specifically wants the sword, but Velnos just ghosted out of the room.
Does the dragon speak English?
Yes, it does. It speaks common.
Hey, dragon!
What human?
I mean, I'm not a human, fucking racist, but you're looking for the sword, right?
Yes, where is the sword?
It's under there.
Where are you pointing?
I'm not gonna point. I'm just gonna say under there.
Okay, he kind of looks at it. He's like, where?
Under there.
The dragon looks at you and kind of like in a cockeyed way, and he kind of looks around, and he's not really sure what you're talking about. So he kind of loses interest in you and starts looking around the room. He starts pushing away debris with his hand, with his claw, to try and see if maybe it fell somewhere.
Alright, about us 5 minutes.
He will be distracted for 1 turn. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so in that 1 turn, you guys can choose to do what you want. The only thing is, if you do decide to attack him, that will immediately trigger combat. Hang on, what's Velnos? Oh, God. This thing hates you tonight. What are you trying to do? Okay, that's still a 9, because you get the +3. So where are you trying to sneak to?
Towards the dragon's tail.
Okay, you're going to take the wide way around, so you actually make your way around the very edge of the courtyard. Again, he's kind of the front of his body is kind of inside the building, so he's not really looking around outside. So you sneak yourself out like a side window on the building, and then you roll around through the buildings on the side. So you're not close to him. It's going to take another sneak roll to actually get close to him, but he doesn't notice that you're there, really.
Holy fuck.
As you come out, you trip over a dead orc and fall on the ground, but the area that you're actually falling in is already behind cover because there was an orc there anyway. So the dragon turns around and looks, and we're going to see if he actually notices. The 13, he does notice that there appears to be a human back there, and he looks and remembers that you're the one that was holding the sword. He then looks back and he says, "Give me the sword or I will roast you alive."
You can suck my cock. I'm going to just try and cut the nearest part of him to me.
All right, so you're going to have to do a full movement. So I'm going to call this, right? This is not an attack of opportunity, but you're going to be able to try and rush, and I'm going to give him a reactionary shot, and then you guys will roll initiative if you're going to do it. So roll a d20. There's no way this thing can shaft you anymore. See? All right, so you rolled that d20, so that's a 19. So I'm going to roll for him, but he's probably not going to be able to. Yeah, okay, so he does not have the reaction time to stop you. So he swipes with his hand, and you basically kind of do a power slide under his hand, light up the sword, and you are in range to attack his groin.
Oh, right, what I want.
So you're going to get damage because that was your attack roll. 5d10 damage to his balls. That's 28 damage to his balls. You sliced off his left testicle. You sliced that shit off. That it's gone.
Quit it, kid. Use Staff of Reality. Get number 37.
I was actually going to use that on next turn.
Well, you can. Your mech will only be charged for one turn. So if you use the staff, you won't be using the mech. So that means you can try and roll to charge it.
Win.
Okay, so since Velnos initiated combat, everybody's going to roll initiative now because Velnos cut off the dragon's left testicle.
Damn, what a way to go.
Yeah, see? The rolls are turning. All right, so the dragon rolled a 15. You rolled a 17. You guys are going to be able to fuck this thing up. Okay, so I rolled a 16. Everybody's rolling higher than the fucking dragon.
We're going to
Except for you. Raka and Vash. Oh, there you go. All right, Vash, you rolled high again. Damn, everybody's rolling high on this. Raka, you just need you.
Oh.
16. Damn. Okay, well, so let's get this roll order down. So first is going to be Vash. Roll the 19. Then it's going to go to Velnos. Then Kane. Then Raka. Then the dragon. And then Champ. Oh, and the fucking direwolf. I forgot about the fucking direwolf again. So actually, sorry, I stand corrected. It's going to be Raka, the direwolf, and then Champ. Okay, so Vash, you're going to be able to attack this dragon however you want, as long as it's long range.
Okay, let me see. I'll just use the fucking missiles.
Okay, that's fine. If you're going to use the same one, then just roll for damage. It's an auto hit. All right, so that's 12 damage. So you do another 12 damage to him. So he doesn't look really that damaged, but there's some scorch marks on his outer skin and stuff like that. So that definitely stung a little bit for him, but he still is not diminished in any way, shape, or form in combat ability. It now goes down to Velnos. Keep in mind, Velnos, you are now behind him after cutting off his testicle.
I'm aiming for the other testicle.
Okay, you're going to do an aimed attack at his other nut. So that means you're going to have to
bust
it, and you're coming from behind him. So this is going to be an attack of opportunity. So it's going to get a +2 to the attack roll. That's going to be a hit, and that's going to crit because that's an aimed attack. Again, 5d10, and that's going to be 48 damage because that critted. Yeah, no, you cut off his dick and his other ball. He's a eunuch now. All of the damage except for the 12 damage that Vash did has been directly to his balls. Okay. He still has a lot of health left. He does still have a lot of health. So Velnos, that's your attack. Kane, it is now you. You still have one turn of charge before you have to
Reality.
Yeah, I'm doing the Staff of Reality, Adam.
Jesus Christ. Okay. If it misses, I'm going to give you one more turn with the Staff of Reality that you can do before your turn is over. So you get 2 shots with it. That's it. Wait a minute. What the fuck does that do?
Summons a stone golem.
God damn it. Okay, so you basically summoned the second version of yourself. It has 150 HP, just like Kane's armor, because it's basically the equivalent. So it gets +10 to hit. It's 3d8 +6 bludgeoning damage. It gets two of those attacks per turn. It is going to go immediately after Kane in the combat order. So Kane, you have one more use of the Staff of Reality before I switch to the Stone Golem.
You know what? Might as well do it again.
Okay, roll it again. You're aiming at the dragon. I swear to God, if this is a 37, 79, what the fuck does that do?
It summons another acid.
Alright, so,
Before we continue, Mike, I am now Goku because I have the Dragon Balls.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god. Well, you only have one.
Kane, so you just made it immune to acid, so your turn is now over. The Stone Golem is now going to attack, and the Stone Golem has risen out of the rocks in the courtyard and has formed itself out there, and it's ready to play Rock'em Sock'em Robots with this dragon. So again, it has 150 HP, just like Kane's mech suit. And it's going to attack, and hang on a second, I just gotta remind myself what the fuck the damage is for this. So it's 3d8 +6, and it gets to do that twice per turn, so I'm gonna roll 2 d20s, and we'll see if they hit. The stone golem rolled. The first attack will hit, so it's going to be... Actually, sorry. The first attack will hit because it's a plus 10. The second attack, unfortunately, won't because it's a 1, so he only rolled like an 11, so that's not going to hit. But the attack is going to be 3d8 plus 6, so we'll see what this guy does. All right, so that's 14 damage. So he just backhands that dragon right across the face, and you see what looks like a dragon fang spew out of the side of its mouth and land on the ground. He's you've taken out about a third of his health, a little over a third. He's not doing too good. He's kind of woozy. He's missing a tooth. His dick and his balls are cut off. So he now has no genitalia. All right, so Raka, it's now your turn, and you're within range to hit that thing from the dinghy.
All right, so I'm going to shoot it from the dinghy.
Okay, what type of arrow are you using?
LSD arrow.
Okay, you hit.
Yeah, all right.
So that does 5d10 damage, and then he's gonna have to roll Constitution to make sure he doesn't get fucked up on LSD. All right, so that's 18. So I'm just gonna roll for him for the actual dragon to see if he starts tripping balls. He rolled a 13, so he's not tripping balls. Although that fucking hurt. You shot him right in the knee. The dire wolf's turn. So the dire wolf is gonna go. So we're gonna roll. All right, he rolled a 15, so he's gonna hit. So the dire wolf runs up to the dragon, and so it's going to be 2d6 plus 3. That's another 10 damage. So he just grabs onto the dragon's wing, and he starts like pulling it back, and so the dragon's kind of distracted now. He's trying to pull his wing away, but the dog keeps like biting into it and pulling. So that's going to be the wolf's turn. But he's going to hang on. So he's going to try and keep them still. So the dragon is going to have to roll because it's the dragon's turn next. The dragon's going to have to roll to shake him off. So we're going to see if the dragon can roll strength and shake him off. The dragon is able to shake him off. So the dragon flips his wing, and the wolf then flies through the air and hits a building, crashing to the ground, and then being covered in rubble. So that's going to be 2d10 damage to the dire wolf. So that's 10 damage to the dire wolf. So the dire wolf is going to be stunned for a turn, and he's currently buried under a couple of rocks. Now the dragon is going to get an additional action. That only counts as one attack. He gets 3 per turn. So the dragon really wants revenge. Velnos is below him, but the golem is right in front of him, and you guys have basically just all been pimp slapping him. So he's going to go after the golem first, and he's going to use his remaining 2 attacks, which amount to 3d10 damage, and I'm going to roll 2d10 because they're 2 different attacks. All right, so neither of those attacks are going to hit. The golem is easily able to sideswipe the 2 remaining attacks from the dragon. The only creature that appears to be stunned currently is the actual dire wolf. Cham, it's now gone down to you.
All right, so how close am I to the dragon?
You're close enough where you can get within range relatively easily for a melee attack.
He's no stone golem, that's all I'm saying.
Still distracted by the stone golem, so he has his back turned to you.
So would it be considered an attack of opportunity since he doesn't
Yes,
see
it
me?
would. Yes, it would be.
Nice. So I'm gonna run up to him and I'm gonna go for his asshole. I'm gonna use both to slash his asshole, going down to his gooch, going down to his now no cock.
Oh, so you're gonna gut him through the butthole. All right, roll for attack. You're gonna get a +2 for both of those rolls. The first one is 100% going to hit. The second one will not. Oh God. Yep. You shove that sword right up his butthole. The Dragon Slayer sword goes right up his butt, and as you run below him, you carve him a much wider asshole.
He now has a puss.
He's pretty damaged now. He's at half health. His groin is obliterated. There's nothing left down there anymore. It's just a mass of blood in a hole. So now it goes back up to Vash.
I'll try to use my magic missile to shoot at his eyeball.
Okay, you're going to do an aimed attack at his eye, so I am going to have you roll to aim. You'll still hit regardless, but this is just whether or not you hit him in the eye. All right, you will not hit him in the eye, but you will hit him, so you can still roll for damage. All right, that's a 15, so you do a bunch more damage to him. There's a bunch of explosions all over him. Again, he's not doing particularly well. He's hurting quite a bit now. Velnos, it's back over to you, and you're kind of in the same area as Cham is. You're still standing behind him at this point. You're going to cut his tail off. Okay, so again, that's going to be an aimed attack, so it's going to take a -2 to the roll, but you're also going to be ignoring his armor, so there's going to be a significantly less that you're going to have to roll to actually hit him. That's still not going to be enough. You whiz right by his tail. As you try to strike at his tail moves up, but he's not doing it intentionally. He just does it by accident, and you just sort of whiff right by. So you do not do anything on that turn. Kane, it is down to you. This is your recharge turn.
Let's roll the recharge then.
Roll to recharge then. Anything above a 10, and you will get 3 turns recharged. Okay, it is charged for 1 turn after this. Then it will have to be recharged again. So that is going to be your turn. So now it's going to go back down to the stone golem. So the stone golem is going to roll his 2 attacks again against the dragon. So the first attack and the second attack both hit because those both get plus 10s. So that's a 19 for the first slap, and the second slap is another 18. So that's 37 total damage. So he just slaps him silly. He just whacks him a couple of times each across the face. The dragon's kind of dizzy. I don't think it knows really where it is at this point. Now it goes to Raka.
Hoden's gonna load up another LSD arrow and aim for that new pussy hole that he has.
Okay, you're gonna aim for his man pussy. Roll.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
That's going to crit, so you get to roll your 5d10s. Yeah, no, so that's going to be times 3. So 35
That's
times
105 damage.
3 is 105 damage right to the dragon's coochie hole. So, Raka, you fire the arrow from the dinghy. The arrow impacts the dragon immediately in the vagina as a direct result of the fact that it's an LSD arrow. So, the LSD coursing through its system causes it to go on a massive acid trip as the arrow actually implants into it. And then, on top of that, because of the sheer force of the blow, you actually hit the dragon's fire sac, which is located right under its groin. The dragon then immediately begins to glow red. Every single person that's on the ground right now needs to roll strength to see if you can run away. Velnos, you are able to run away. Cham, you're also going to have to roll this. And Kane, your mech suit, it should... okay, Cham, you're definitely going to be able to escape too with a 19. Kane, you're going to have to roll now that the suit's recharged for a turn. Although I think you should be fine.
Its booty hole is going to explode.
That's enough with the suit because the suit has a ridiculous amount of strength. So all 3 of you guys are able to run out of the area as the dragon self-destructs into a massive fiery mushroom cloud that takes out the direwolf and the stone golem in one go and pushes the dinghy to the edge of the encampment. Everything is destroyed except for you guys and Velnos. You have the sword. After everything's all said and done, there's Fleetwood would come down, but the only thing that's left of the dragon is Velnos. You still have its testicles.
I'll let you go find the tooth that flew out his mouth.
Go back to the courtyard after the eruption and roll perception then, Cham. Cham, you look around and you're able to find that the tooth appears to be embedded in what looks like a tree branch or something. It's embedded in a small tree on the edge of the courtyard.
I'll pull it out.
Strength roll. That's enough. So you rolled a 10. So yeah, it's enough strength to actually pull it out of the tree. So you have now this red dragon's tooth.
Is there anything else with the dragon, or is it?
No, that's literally the only other thing that was left. Everything else was just immediately incinerated by it. It was like a mini nuke went off.
Okay, Mike, here's the procedure. I'm gonna go full shaman and eat both the dragon's testicles.
Velnos, you want to prepare the testicles for eating?
Yes.
So roll to make sure you don't vomit. All right, you get kind of sick, but you don't vomit, at least on the first one. Roll for the second one if you're going to eat that. All right, about the same. You're pretty queasy, but you're keeping it down. I might have you roll another one in like an hour to make sure you keep it down, but because you ate the dragon's testicles, you now have gained the dragon's virility. You now get an automatic +5 to all sex rolls.
He's got big cojones.
And by the way, it's a passive ability, and it is called Dragon's Virility.
Okay, here's the other one. I want to taximordize the dragon dick and use it as a club.
Okay, so here's the thing. You grabbed the dragon testicles because they were only about the size of basketballs, and you could shove them into a bag. The dragon dick was slightly larger, about the size of, a roll of bologna, basically. So you didn't really grab that. You kind of left it. So now it's kind of charred. You might still be. You can check the condition of it. Let's actually see how well the dick survived. Okay, so the dick is the structurally it is okay, but the outside is charred, so it looks kind of like burnt leather.
Even better, makes it harder.
Okay, so you're going to keep that, and you're going to have Fleetwood taxidermy it into a weapon.
Yes.
Okay, so by picking that up, that actually does that actually does 2d12 damage if he is to make it. The only unfortunate part is, what is your strength again? Your strength is 13?
Yeah.
Okay, because of your strength, you're only going to be able to actually swing this thing effectively. You're going to take a -2 to all your attack rolls, because it's just going to be too big for you.
It's fine.
All right, so after the battle has finished, you guys kind of come together with your various things. Velnos, your face is covered in dragon blood, and you have a full belly full of testicle. And down comes Gertrude in the Robert II, and Ishmael, and all the people that are on board. They congratulate you on a battle well won, and all the orcs are dead.
I am impregnating Gertrude right there and then.
All right, so Gertrude is your muse, so you can have sex with her at will, basically. And since you have the plus, well, no, not for you. She's only for Velnos.
Well, no, I'm saying I'm gonna have pregnant sex with Kira.
Okay. All right, so both of you are gonna have to roll sex rolls. Velnos, you get a +5. Remember that. All right, so that's a 13. So let's roll for Gertrude's natural fertility. As a dwarf, she has enough natural fertility where that's a +5, so you outdo her. So, yeah, Gertrude is going to be pregnant after this. You impregnated a dwarf. And, Guile, you successfully had pregnant sex with Kira, and that's basically about it. So, yeah, you guys go get laid, and everybody else is a party. Kane, you're still in the mech suit.
How do we get him up?
You should stay in the mech suit forever.
Well, now that you're not in combat, the mech suit can just naturally recharge. He doesn't have to really roll too much because he's not actually using it in combat to expend magical energy. He's just moving around.
It's a chill environment now.
Yeah, basically now you can just kind of party in the thing if you want, or you can put it back in the ship and go out and do your thing.
I want party in it.
As the sun goes down, the flaming buildings burn, and the night sky is filled with smoke as the sun drifts below the horizon. It's actually kind of a beautiful scene. As you guys celebrate killing the last of the 3 dragons, or the 4 dragons technically, that were guarding all the treasure, and you now have the 3 items, which means you can continue on and deliver them if you wish. Ishmael pushes you to do this because he wants to get rich.